Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, wherever in the world you are. So, today we're doing some mining theory crafting. That's where we're going to start. We're also going to see if we can get this ship out of Solitude. I've got a whole bunch of mining ships on it. I picked up a mining fleet in Solitude that I had. And it's a mining fleet of skiffs, a total of 8 of them. And I did manage to find a high-sec to high-sec wormhole. I came in to Solitude through it. And, of course, as I did, the mass of my ship kindly closed the wormhole behind me. It was funny, there was somebody else approaching it at the same time. I just made it through first, and then it went... and it was gone. And they were stuck on the other side. All right. So, anyway, Stony DK, 38 months as a sub. All right. So, 1,140 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you, thank you. So, the wormhole did what again? Something like that. Yeah. It was kind of like this pucker noise with a little pop. Actually, it does make a sound. That's not quite the sound that it makes, but if you've ever seen that before, it does make a sound. 2 caffeinated and Secret Chief 7. All right, 2 caffeinated. 2 months as a sub. There is 20 gold. Everybody here in your honor. And Secret Chief 7. 8 months in a row, 80 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you to both of you. So, all right, so I am just inundated with these resubs. Inclusive, 10 months in a row. Thank you, thank you. There's 100 gold to everybody here. All right, so.
User rock.
Yesterman, thank you for 7 months in a row. I appreciate it. All right. So, anyway, once we get these out of here, I will have a fleet of skiffs. I have most of the fleet. I might have to build a couple of ships, but we're going to do some stuff with these fleets. I am going to build a fleet of ventures. I am going to build a fleet of all the other ships too, the Mackinac, Hulk, Coveter, Retriever, Procurer, all of that. And we're going to have a little bit of fun with seeing what the performance is like, what it's like running them in groups, and how much material we can mine, things like that, which can be a lot of fun. So, but there's a lot of risk involved too. I'm probably going to lose some ships in all of this, especially when I take out the stuff that's paper thin. The stuff that's paper thin, I will not announce that ahead of time. It'll just be like, oh, look at that. Yeah. And so, anyway, okay, so they're here. We're going to figure that out. I want to let everybody know, exclamation point giveaway in chat, and a couple things going on. One is we got the monthly, which is 3 skins here. It is the Orca, Procurer, and Skiff Load Strike skins. But also, we've got some other stuff going on, like Omega Time, 6-month and 12-month in our store right now, exclusive to us, are Load Strike skins attached to them. And so if you've been waiting for a reason to up your Omega Time, you now have a reason. It's a little bit of a bonus. The price is the same, but these now have a Skiff and a Orca skin attached to them only while supplies last. Supplies are going to run out. I already know that. Supplies are going to run out. They may last a day. They may last a couple days. May last a couple of weeks. It depends on how quickly they go. I really don't know, but I know that I do not have enough to last like a month. So anyway, there is that. And then we do have a giveaway today of a ship skin that you can only win on the monthly or right here on the show. This is the Procurer skin, and you can sign up for that today. We will draw this at the end of the show today. So this one will be drawn at the end of the show today. 1 entry per person. It's all free, except if you're buying the Omega Time, and then you get the skins included. But these are all free, and so free entry. Good luck to you. All right. Now, I do have a scanner ship here. I noticed that there's some things I noticed. Okay. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I know we want to get into this theory crafting, but let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is Brisik and Brisik Rabal being removed from the CSM and being banned from the game. He's a real-life politician, and which is one of the reasons why he was elected to CSM. I am not going to get into all of the politics of it and everything. I think that anybody giving opinion on this is really just opening their mouth for things they do not know of, and I don't know what to think, so I'm just gonna kind of leave it out there. The official from CCP, though, is that he was banned from the game for taking information from the CSM, providing it to other people in the game, and then them taking advantage of it to make a lot of money in the game. And kind of like insider trading. That's the first thing that came up to my mind. And then I thought to myself, sounds like a politician. Oh, well, if the shoe fits. All right, so we'll just leave it at that. And you can go read some articles on it, talk with your corp mates about it and everything. He proclaims his innocence. I'm just staying out of it. And so there we have it. Okay, now the next thing is that there was an update to the game. And so I think that we should really quickly go over that. And the April release, full patch notes. Let's just go through this really quickly, and see what catches our attention. Okay, reduced the bonus to shield boost amount provided by Industrial Core. Okay, so this is Rorical changes, Industrial Core. The panic module has been changed to 4 minutes. It was 5. Increased the mining foreman burst strength. Introduced diminishing returns for remote repair. This is where they have a whole bunch of ships doing remote repair. That 1 ship equals a power of 1. 2 ships equals a power of like 1.9 or 1.95. 3 ships will equal the power of something like, and I'm just pulling these numbers out of my head, but I'm just for reference, that if 1 equals 1, 2 equals 1.95, 3 equals 2.9. That kind of thing. All the way down to some sort of flat line. So anyway, that is a thing. The network sensor arrays have been now disallow warp while active. That's for all of you capital pilots. All of you people who are capital pilots, especially if you are ratting, that you now cannot warp until its cycle is done. High angle weapons, which are Titans, damage multiplier reduced, and then the rate of fire reduced on different things. Okay, so there's, without getting really in depth into it, they made changes.
You, sir, rock.
They reduced some things, buffed some other things, and to change up how Titans are working. Oh, it's Dreads as well. Okay, so Titans and Dreads. Battle Red Texan, thank you for 6 months as a sub. There is 60 gold to everybody here in your honor. So, medium-based lasers, optimal range increased by 10%. Okay, so that's primarily, like Cruiser Amar. Harbinger power grid increased. Abaddon Bonus to very large turret damage increased to 7.5% per level, was 5% per level. The Abaddon might now become the battleship of choice for Amar. Those of you who fly Amar battleships should check that out. Cyclone, CPU changes, Caracal Navy issue, drone bay increased to 25, it was 0, which means 5 small drones. Drone bandwidth increased to 25 megabit, was 0, 5 small drones again. Corax power grid increased to 53, was 48. Ooh, I love my Corax. We'll have to get in on that a little bit later. Not in this show. Vexor Navy issue. Okay, so all of you who are doing the AFK VNI, bonus to drone maximum velocity removed, and signature radius increased to 145, was 135. Now, what's really interesting about that is that I have always used targeting, a targeter on those as well, which increases your aggro that you get to the Vexor Navy itself. I don't know about the drone velocity bonuses, how that will affect the AFK VNI, but sounds like slowing the drones down and then increasing the signature radius, which it says increasing the signature radius to 145, was 135. I'm assuming they're meaning the ship and not the drones, which means that you will possibly be targeted more, which is good for your drones because you don't want your drones being targeted. We'll have to play with that later. Gila, drone HP bonus reduced to 250%, was 500%. Oh my God! They totally nerfed the Gila. Wow. That's really going to change the meta of Abyss sites and other stuff. Yeah. Gila is still OP? Well, it might be, but we'll have to see. You just have to manage your drones now? Maybe. Furrow, max velocity reduced, mass increased, agility reduced, signature radius. Let's see, drones and fighters. Excavator mining drone base yield decreased to 80, was 100 cubic meters. And we will be playing with some Roracles a little later. Not today, but it'll be later this month. And excavator ice harvesting drone base cycle time slowed to 310, was 250. Excavator drone volume increased to 1,100 cubic meters, was 750 cubic meters, and Roracle drone bay volume increased to 8,800 cubic meters, was 6,000. So we'll have to see how that affects things. Part of these changes are to slow down the volume of new ISK generating things into the economy. And so the slowing that down is important. And so the importance of that is that like you see right now how Plex is so so high right now. Hopefully they can strengthen the ISK and lower the price of Plex. So the volume changes to drones is so that you can't save them to a Weedu. Yes, that also is part of it, which gives you a little bit more risk. They're very expensive. So, all right, light fighters. There's changes to those heavy fighters, and then gameplay. Okay, graphics. See the first update and ongoing iteration of hangar visuals. All right, I've noticed that. You see here, these things are new. I have an Orca over here. I immediately noticed that when I loaded in that it looked a lot like this right here. It was really kind of interesting looking, and So, yes, there are some new visuals in the hangars. I don't know if different hangar types are, different. Yeah, I guess there's some changes in several things here, but I don't know. It looks softer, if that makes sense. Hangars now have been moved over into our space object factory system, which improves maintenance and allows easier updating of visuals going forward. What you will see is brand new lighting, all right? The lighting has been reworked to focus on the ship, with more contrast, color, and life being on the order of the day. So it is very interesting. This it has a blue hue to it and everything. If I undock this, let's see if how it changes. It changes to a very dark mode. There it is. All right, so yeah, it's very different looking. Very different looking.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
They can make skins for hangars now. Interesting. Yeah, it very much changes this. I guess that we just have to assume they're using blue lights in here. I don't know. So, it is. I did. That's the first thing I noticed. So, the monument honoring Katia Se is been put up, and then the planet Eula 9 has been renamed to Eula 9. Carval in honor of CCP Guard. And if nobody caught the joke on that, it's an ice dwarf planet. So, he was a little guy. Great guy, but not very tall. And, so they made it an ice dwarf planet. He's from Iceland. So, okay. Impetus Glamorex boosters now an expiry date. The last date to safely consume them will be October 6th, 2019. Oh. I have some of these. And they're worth a ton of money. Or they were worth a ton of money. What does that change things to here? I guess I only have... No, I have 9 of them. And so these were 39 million each. These were 100 million each. So, and I'm not really 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure exactly what they do. They say they raise standings and everything. So... Oh, I see that here people Xing for fleet. I'm sorry, I missed all that. Let me get it started here. And if you guys can move to squad leader positions, and then invite others in as they X up, please. All right, sorry about that. Okay. So, yeah. So, hey, man of the forest. Yeah. All right. PvE adjustments made to respawn rates of certain nullsec anomalies. These adjustments are part of the gradual ongoing process that will see further tweaks of this type of content. Probably something like... They don't mention what they are, but sanctums and havens. Maybe that's a guess. HFA Blonde. 13 months as a sub. There's 130 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you, thank you. All right, structures deployable, structure browser added liquid ozone column when filtering for the jump gate service. Okay. User interface, Plex balance has been added to the wallet. Really? So... Oh, right there. Okay. Yeah. So, looks like it's still here in the Plex vault, but it's Plex balance. I wonder if, wonder what happens if put that in a station here. Now it says 0. Okay, so it's a Plex balance that's in your Plex vault. It's not the amount of Plex that you own necessarily. All right. Good to know. Okay, the sell button in the sell Plex window is now deactivated if a player cannot afford the broker fees. All right. Player experience streamlined, gameplay, rare issue fixed, immune to war declarations after leaving Alliance. Graphics, a bunch of stuff changed. All right, so these are basically fixes. They were done. Okay, that was the quick version. And so, all right. Now, we're going to do some, well, the first thing I guess we need to do is really to go and find us some we need some more. Let me grab a ship here, and we're going to find some more. Maybe get mining on that, and then we will be doing the theory crafting. Man of the Forest, yeah. I don't want to get too much into what you're talking about, but sometimes education is very expensive. All right, so I just hopped into a little shuttle here, and gonna go start looking in here. There's no no ice in here currently.
Drive active.
This is a Council diplomatic shuttle. They're not very expensive, but they're more expensive than normal shuttles. It's kind of weird how it centers itself down low. At least it's fast.
Active.
If we were doing this in an Orca, I've got this set so that any ore is going to pop up on here.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, this thing looks pretty interesting. It's pretty dirty though.
Warp drive active.
Okay, this is 6-1.
Warp drive active.
All right, if you guys would move yourselves to a Squad leader position so you can help with invites. That would be pretty awesome.
Warp drive active.
I am out looking for the ore right now. I'm sure we'll find some. It's part of the beauty of this setup is it doesn't take very long. Hello, Sirion.
Warp drive active.
The center on this ship is weird. It's like actually above the ship. At least for the camera angle of it.
Warp drive active.
Oh, you hear that? That's the sound of a yellow beam. All right. So that is definitely yellow beam.
Warp drive active.
I don't know. It's public 6-1. I don't know when it's going to go. All right, let me bring another character over to it that I can park out there. Keep an eye on it. I don't know anything about this planet though, or moon, I mean.
Warp drive active.
It's on the list of moons that are worth it. Can move on.
Warp drive active.
Get that Orca out there to monitor. Gall 6-1. Bit lumens, which is nothing good. Scordite 25%. Procurer 30%. Crokite 34%. Okay, so it's not a bad moon. It's not the greatest in the world, but it's not a bad one either. It's a solid medium level moon.
Warp drive active.
Where's the list of moons again? Exclamation point schedule. And it's on the tabs in the schedule, the systems that we've mapped.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so we'll let this guy just orbit this, and if we don't see it blow, we should hear it for sure. So, shall see. All right.
Warp drive active.
So there's one. Yellow beam can indicate up to 3 hours. Or actually up to 4 or 5 hours, but normally it's up to 3.
Warp drive active.
Low Angel of Death.
Warp drive active.
This kind of makes an interesting sound when it takes off, huh? Whoosh.
Warp drive active.
What's the name of this ship? This is a Council diplomatic shuttle. They're not very expensive. It's just a shuttle. I think they're like a couple million or something. Out here they're 4 or 5 million. I think you can get them cheaper elsewhere. We're out in the boonies though. So.
Warp drive active.
They look a lot better when they're clean. This one's really dirty. The Forge, they're 73 million ISK. Oh, 850K. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they're pretty cheap. I mean, still, you're still looking at the like only 30K or whatever if you know you just buy just a regular shuttle. And I don't think there's anything else
Warp
about
drive
them
active.
except that you know, except that they look cool. I don't think it flies any faster or anything. Flies at 5 AU, 1.6 alignment, which I think is probably pretty standard for a shuttle.
Warp drive active.
But the wings are moving. Yes, definitely worth the extra 820,000.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, they were a gift at one point a few years ago. I probably have, I don't know, 50 of these or so.
Warp drive
It wouldn't surprise
active.
me. A lot of times, though, I used leopards for my shuttles. Oh, that's a big chunk. Wow, that's really big. Says this one's public. It's not close, but it just caught my attention. Tips are appreciated. Offices, yeah. That one's a few days away.
Warp drive active.
How come I'm not using a leopard? Well, this character doesn't have a leopard. My main character is stuck in a freighter in Solitude. I hope to get them out today. I gotta find a high-sec to high-sec wormhole, though. Remind you of the Imperial shuttles from Star Wars. Oh, yeah, a little bit. They're visually quite different, but they had wings that did something similar to this.
Warp drive active.
Doesn't everyone want to shoot the leopards? Well, yeah. I mean, they're 100 million ISK ship, and they're very paper thin, but they fly at 20
Warp
AU.
drive active.
So that right there is you know, very much a reason why people use them a lot. I have probably 30 to 50 fiendish LOA's on the schedule for next week. We just got, this month is pretty heavy with Eve. We got a pretty heavy focus on Eve this month. Boy, we're not finding any of these that have popped. I can tell you that yesterday I was mining on a moon that, boy, we had so many of us. I wasn't even on the show or whatnot. So many people I recognized were there mining the moon, and it went pretty quick.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I hope to get a meeting with the LOA guys beginning of next week, and so we'll figure out some stuff for those of you that are playing LOA. Okay, we're getting down to the bottom of the wire here on this. Well, you get 23 AU and a leopard with a 15% implant. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, if it's all about speed, leopard is definitely it. There is some other stuff that can kind of approach that speed, but I think that the leopard is really the fastest ship in the game. And with that 15% implant, then that's huge. 23 AU.
Warp drive active.
What system is this? A Gaul. A Gaul is the home system of our mining fleets. And there's a lot of moons being mined in here. There's nothing on this one. Oh wait, it's 193k away. It's all the way down there, and it's low power. Yeah, I have a feeling that give us a month and we're going to be cleaning out this system with the fleet. We're going to be doing a bunch of war decks, I think. So, what about align time? Yeah, the align time is insane on that as well. Here's another place where I don't know what the moon composition is, but there's no station on here. This is 826, a Gaul 826. It's on my list of stuff that's worth it,
Warp drive active.
but there's nothing here. Maybe is that the one that was in armor last week? Gaul 826, Cosite 27%, Cubic Bistot 19%, Scordite 21%, and Veldspar 31%. So it's a solid medium level moon. There are some, you can probably find some better ones around if you don't need to be in a Gaul. Veldspar is at the bottom of the acceptable list, and it's actually not bad. And when Cosite, see it has 27% Cosite there. When Cosite hits glittering, which is the bonus if you get lucky with bonus harvest, then it's worth 480 some thousand per 1,000 cubic meters. It becomes worth more than Nice. So I don't know how often that happens, but all right. So there's none in a Gaul except for that one. Okay, I'll let you guys search the other systems. I'm gonna go I think I'll
Welcome to the Dragons.
take an Orca out to where the other person is to this yellow one until I find something better. And if they're most
Docking
people
permission
that just
requested.
schedule
Docking
at the top of the
request
hour, it's 55 after the hour right now, so could be that we get to see it pop here in 5 minutes. All right. I'm gonna take other ships out over there.
Warp drive active.
These guys all
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
okay. Okay, and then we're going to do some theory crafting stuff. We're going to start with some fits for some ventures. And we'll see what all we can make out of that. Right. So
You, sir, rock.
let's see, where's this moon chunk? There it is. All right. Saunders Sposen, thank you for the follow. Snaggy, 6 months as a sub. Mondays are boring at work without the stream. Sorry. Yeah, I kid you not. I started working doing books and paperwork and number crunching at like 6 a.m. Monday, and I finished around 4 something in the afternoon, did dinner, and then worked for another couple hours. Oh my god. Wish I was streaming. There's 60 gold to everybody here in Snaggy's honor. Thank you, thank you. And Del Tarach, thank you for the support. Okay, so now let's we're gonna start making some ship fits here. We're going to post them up on Eve Workbench, and we're going to I'll share them with all of you. Some of them might have to be modified in the future, but it'll be a solid start on this. And so, let's see here. What are all these under? Are these under... See, we have exhumers, and then we have expedition frigates, and then, gosh, this is just a frigate. Okay. And so it's top of the hour. Is it going? The beam turned off. Yep, I think it's going. Okay, let's see. Bit lumens, proxiers, scordite, crocite. Okay. I guess I'll get everybody mining. Takes 20 minutes for these to settle down, stop moving. Till then, they're moving. Is that a bunch of rats that just came in? Yep. Already, the rats are here. A little bit of jitter today. The graphics seem to be totally maxing out my GPU. All right. So this guy is on this piece right here. We're all good. So all right, so just get some of these. And reduce my GPU load a little bit. Still kind of high. Not 100% anymore. All right. So you can see here that normally I'd be snuggled up to it by now, but that rock is still moving. So now I'm into chasing it. I think they move around 20 minutes. So, yeah. The station hasn't fired off again, so the owner must not be here or something. Okay, now we're going to start with we're going to end up doing all of the ore industrial tree here. Some of them will be pretty easy, like Orca. We've done a ton of stuff on Orca already, so it's not going to be too much theory crafting on that. Rorical is going to be, I'm going to be depending a little bit on other people on that. There's also some new meta on it, so we're going to wait just a little bit on that. And I'll have to be honest, the porpoise, I've never flown one before, so that'll be something new. And the Noctis, we'll get to that eventually, but it's not really a mining ship. It's a much different type of ship. And the Bowhead, which is down here, this fit is really straightforward. So it's not a whole lot of extra stuff you can do with it. So we're going to be starting out, though, with the Venture. And so we got one Venture fit up in here to start, and let's see here, it's under frigate non-empire, and so we have one here that is for this one is for wormhole huffing, and it's 3.5 million. Doesn't cost very much at all. So yeah, porpoise is like a mini Orca, except it's it's a lot more vulnerable to getting killed. So yeah. All right, and then we have another fit that's very minimal here for gas. This one has a cloak on it. This one has a an alpha cloak, I'll call it, which is these right here. These reduce your signature size and make you a lot harder to find via combat probes with the scripts in it. So we make sure that I've got that in the site. And in fact, there it is. I was already on that page. So that one is on the fittings here. All right. And then I don't know. This one I think should also go up there. This is Tech 2, and it's also very minimal. This one has a cloak though, and it has no rigs or anything, and this is for use with an Orca. So all right, let's see here, copy to clipboard. Let me make sure that I don't have more than one. Profiles. Oh, this is all the people who have profiles on here. Only profiles publicly published fittings will show. Right. These aren't fob rats, are they? No. I've heard that next door in Hijab that there is fob rats. Been hearing that for a couple of days. You're from Thai, hello, and you can't play this game in Thailand? Why is that? I thought it was available all over the world. click on my thing here. And then got a couple of orcas. Only one venture. All right. So that's good. We need a fit submission from... Oh, here we go. There is one on here. Okay, so this has Tech 2 harvesters in it. Gas cloud harvesters. And then, so... Okay. This fit right here is one that, I kid you not, with this exact fit, not this the last Sunday, but the Sunday before, I made 700 million in gas with that venture right there, which cost 9 million something. So, can't play it in Iran? Yeah. Well, that guy says he's from Thailand. I would think that Thailand wouldn't have any restrictions on it. Okay, so that one is submitted. Oh, I want to... Doesn't need the name of it in there again. There we go. Okay. You know, it's really strange. Somebody else submitted my exact fit. All right. Whatever. Okay. Actually, theirs costs more. What's the difference? Why does theirs cost more than mine? Huh. You know, I wonder, almost trying to look at these, it's like, what's the difference? The scanners are sisters? Oh, his probes are sisters? They are. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Okay. Well, thanks for noticing that. I was trying to figure out why it costs more. The probes, you'll get a little bit more scan strength. I think if you have everything up to 3, you've actually got like above 50 on the probe, your probing strength. And so it, you know, to me is above 50, you can scan down a wormhole. So, and that's all that's really for, primarily, is for scanning down wormholes. You also want to scan down gas. Well, gas is typically very easy to scan down. So, you know, but if you want to faction things up, you can. If you need that little boost, that's how you do it. I would do it with, actually with skills. I would train up the skills, but you know, whatever. All right, so there's a couple of venture fits. Now let's go look at the. Well, actually, is there any other venture fits on here? Like, here's a venture ore. And so this is this looks like it's alpha capable. Lioneer, if you're listening, another thing for you. Listing whether the fits are alpha or omega. Because knowing that this is pure alpha and that it'll work for an alpha would be really great. I don't know programmatically how you could do that, but if this is an alpha certified fit, then that could be very interesting. So,
welcome to the Dragon.
Okay, well, let's import this one. And let me just take a look at it here. So this is it's stable. Now I don't know if this is all alpha compliant or not, but I suspect it is, with these being just high meta Tech 1 lasers, 3.5 cubic meters per second. We're not going to do the boosted numbers on these either. The boosted numbers are a whole bunch of stuff really depends on that, because it depends on your booster's abilities and everything. So, Lioneer, you say you're working on that. All right, that'll be a nice feature. Making the site alpha friendly. Another thing, if you select that, there could be a selection on the fittings saying "Show me only alpha fits." Yeah. That could be really huge for alphas, really huge for alpha players, and really important to them. It'll remove so much of the crap for them. So, alphas can use miners as well. Need some training. Okay, so alphas can only use the venture. That's as far as they can go, and so the venture is as good as it can get for an alpha. And so this really is 7 cubic meters per second. And what is I don't know what the hold size is in this. It's 10, is it 5? It's 5,000, right? Yeah, it's 5,000. So, all right. Let me see here. Is there anything I need on this? No, I meet all the requirements. Okay, since there is a this fit right here, which looks pretty good for an alpha and everything, let's oh, does that work for an alpha? Just says Tech 2. Huh. I don't know how to tell whether or not something's going to work for an alpha or not. Code approves adventure. All right. Really great. Yeah, this is about avoiding rats, you know, and being able to tank just a little bit with a rat, and have a little bit of knowledge with the scanners to know what the volumes are for mining, although that is totally unnecessary because a venture is not very big, and so you really could put maybe a second shield in there. But, you know, each to their own. It is only 2.7 million. So, yeah. I don't know that this has 30 DPS, which is probably not enough to kill one of those rats. So, all right. Let's change this up a little bit. Or let me save this as alpha. Since it's already on the site, I'm not going to dupe it on there, but I'm just going to save it for myself. Okay, has a scanner. All right, so I saved that for myself. Now, let's look at what we can do here in the variations. Tech 2 miner and okay. So these are 4.3. So the other one was 3.5 per laser. These are 4.3 cubic meters per second. So they're like 20% better. Yeah. And it raised the price by only 1.3 million? Okay. These right here, you know, I'm pretty much like, my honest opinion on this stuff is that you are in such a flimsy ship that is so cheap, and you're going to be running from the rats anyway. Rats won't kill you if you don't have these in, as long as you're paying attention. Oh man, multiple asteroids depleted. Okay, so these aren't very big rocks, are they? Oh, I had 2 of them on one. That was my problem. I had 2 of these guys on a single one. So it went faster. The whole reason why I'm like, okay, so, you know, if somebody else is on a rock, just leave it. Go find a different one. It looks like one of my mining drones got hit. All right. Everybody else is doing just dandy. I'm just too good at mining? Yeah. Right. Okay, so let's look at some of this stuff. Let's look at the compare on here. The ore miner, I mean, what the hell, man? 395 million for the ore miner. Okay, let's look at mining amount. And the ore miner, 65 cubic meters for the ore version, as opposed to Tech 2 being 60 cubic meters. Seems to me that that what the hell? What would be the other benefit of actually running one of those? What's my overview name? My overview is go into live shows, LIVESHOWS, and it's called Infinites, and there's a link for it there. You can load it up and try it out. Granted, you'll have to customize a little bit for yourself, but basic is there. So, okay, so the ore miner, forget that. The benefit of an ore miner is you get action from code. Sweet! Calling all code members. Not really. Yeah. So, yeah. A lot of this is I want to mine, but I need to keep minimal risk, and so that's why you would use something like that. So yeah. Buried and Fleeting Image, thank you for the follows. Welcome. So, all right. The this one is fine. What else could I put up here that could help? You know, what is it? Where is it exactly? Okay, so here's another question when you are building a fit is like, okay, where am I going to be mining? High sec, low sec, null sec, wormhole space? Or it could be event space. And so with those questions, there's different fits for different needs. And so if I were doing this, let's say in wormhole space, then I would not have any shields and I'd use 2 F90 scanners. I do use the ECCM scripts to lower my profile against like combat probes. And I would probably fit a probe launcher. But the fact is that in wormhole space, there's not much that you're going to be able to mine with this that is not found in high sec. So, and you have such a small ore bay that you're going to be making trips all the time. Wormhole space, I really only recommend using a venture for huffing gas, and not for ice, not for ore. And it just doesn't make sense. At least to me, it doesn't. So, oh man. All right. So.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Plajor, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it. All right. So, anyway, these are going to be used in high sec. How important is the survey scanner? I don't know. You know, how important is all of this? I actually don't think it's important at all. I think that these just add to the cost that's not necessary. And I know they don't cost very much, but they add to the cost and it's just not necessary. There's nothing up here that I think will add to the value of all of this. I don't think we even need a shield. Not if they're disposable miners. And that's what I'm kind of looking at this as. You know, they're disposable miners. Do they need this? No. There's nothing else in the medium area here that's going to be of benefit. So, T-Branch, 37 months is a sub. That's like 3 years, 1 month. Woohoo! Shield rigs give you bigger signature. Yeah. 1,110 gold to everybody here in T-Branch's honor. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that support. So, yeah. The Ventric and hull tank too. How long? Okay, so that's a really good question, Full Auto. How long would it take for one of them to pay for itself in mined materials? That's a really good question. We're going to have to figure that out. I don't have the answer today, but we are going to have to figure that out. So, What have we got in this right here? Mining laser upgrade
rock.
2. It's going to be pretty much the only thing. And so, Darken Lord, thank you for 8 months as a sub. Oh, what am I hearing there? There's 80 gold to everybody here in your honor. All right. Kind of hard to see it with...
Welcome to the Dragons.
So it's doing another pull. I don't have a better view of it. I wasn't prepared.
The asteroid is depleted.
What timing? The asteroid is depleted. All right. Okay, doesn't look like there's anybody on that one. You're mining while watching video? All right. Oh, you use the ore miner for range. Okay. Well, I haven't run into a place where we need to use that. So, all right. So I suspect that this is going to be the best mining laser upgrade out of all of them. Okay. And you really don't need a big afterburner. You just need a little one. Let's see, what can it, what's the propulsion at? 880. You just need to be able to keep up with the Orca. And what is the range going to be on these? 12. All right. So what we're going to do here is this is my disposable ore miner that is for Omega. And so, I mean, it's kind of convoluted, huh? So okay. Put that up on the site here too. We're gonna be playing with that that one. What I'm gonna do with these is I'm going to buy probably 5 of each of these things that we fit up, and so that I can fly my fleets. So I spelled disposable wrong. All right. I don't know how fast it'll fill up, but I would assume that, you know, you want something like this kind of good for semi-AFK. All right. We may later work on this fit and find that we want to do something else to it. And maybe we just get one of each one of these out here and try them out, and then we And then we do fleet version after that. Darken Lord, 8 months as a sub. Sorry, I didn't see that come in. There's 80 gold. To everybody here. Oh, no, wait, I already did pay that out to everybody, didn't I? I got the moon pop. Oh, well, I just paid out everybody again in honor of Darken Lord. All right. And Titus, thank you for the follow. Welcome. So, yeah, if you really want to mine, you get into a barge. But here's what we're kind of doing here. We're going through all of these so that, you know, one, you may not have trained into something bigger yet. This might be the best that you can do. Or there are reasons to fly really cheap fits, really cheap stuff. And so, you know, there might be reason for that, especially in wormhole space. So, but in wormhole space, the only thing I found that's of value really to do that makes sense is gas. So ore and ice doesn't make sense. So at least not in the lower end wormholes. Maybe in a really high end, but even that, or in a high end one, maybe you're getting Mercot. I don't know if you can get Mercot with Venture. I don't even know if that's possible. Mining a good moon in hostile space. Yep. Low polar plays, yes. 1440p on YouTube. So, okay, that one's good. Can Ventures mine ice? That is the question. Can you mine ice in a Venture? I actually don't know. I know that alphas can't. Can you run a cloak? Yes. Yeah, so let's look at turret hard points. Can't fit ice harvester laser. No ice on a Venture. All right, so that's what I'm hearing. So hull restrictions are on. Let's uncheck that. And let's go to high. Put a tractor beam on it. Newts. Harvest equipment. Gas cloud. Faction or storyline. Syndicate gas cloud. Mining lasers. You can put a deep core on here. You could do Mercot, and you would need shielding for that. You would need shielding for that, because the gas can explode. In fact, it might take you out even with shields. Now, salvagers, it's interesting. So you could put a salvager up here as well. I could see some people doing that. It's not going to be part of my fits, but I could see people doing that. All right. I don't think there's anything else to do with Venture, is there? I think we're kind of like there. Yes, but it is cheap if it takes you out. So, okay. There is our Ventures. And okay, I feel good about those. So, all right. So we've got the alpha gas. Alpha with scanner, Omega disposable, and Omega disposable gas at 10 million. but that's the same one that I got 700 million worth of gas in one day. So, all right. Now, after the mining frigate, probably the first things that people are going to be going into is the mining barges here. So that's probably where we'll go next. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Just wanted to move over a little bit so I could do that. So I may have Procurer fits already. And Procurer is one of the ones that I recommend. And this is actually the skin that we're giving away today, exclamation point giveaway. Giving away a Procurer skin here. And so you can get in on that, exclamation point giveaway in chat. All right, I'm stepping away for just a moment. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna put together some Procurer fits. Be right back. All right. So, procurers are, if you are alpha and or omega, and you are wanting to mine in high sec without too much worry about code and stuff, you still have to worry about it, because if they're really determined to get you, they're going to get you. That's just how it works. And it's not just code. It could be other people that just want to cause you some grief. But the Procurer and the Skiff are my recommended ships for here. My top recommendation, of course, is the Orca. but Orca's not a good fit for everybody for different reasons. My fleet is made up completely of Orcas, and I enjoy it that way, but we are going to be exploring this month with doing complete, it'll be fleets of which you guys are going to have to run your own fleet. I'll just tell you where I'm at. And but I'll be running a personal fleet of 5 mining ships, 1 Orca for boosts, and a freighter. And so all of that together, as a complete package. And it'll probably be next week that we'll do the first one of those. So I do have to rescue this guy right here. He is in solitude. Look at all that null that I would have to fly through with a freighter. Not gonna happen. Yeah. So if we get a couple more fits done, then we're gonna go out scanning, looking for a high-sec to high-sec hole from solitude back up to regular space. So yeah. All right. So Chegger says, keep up the great work. Thank you. And Decoded says, amazing show. You're welcome. All right. So the Procurer is pretty tanky. And so let me see here. And it's considered a barge. Right?
The asteroid is depleted.
Wait! How can it be? I just got here on it. It's so frickin' small. Was somebody else mining on it too? Did I just miss seeing that? Right. Everything is being mined. Except that one. Oh wait, no. Being mined by them. Alright, well, I might be out of luck on Crocite. By the way, everybody who's here mining, don't forget to tip your station owner. Look in the station bio. See what they ask for. Follow it if you can. Keep the station owners happy. And it keeps us fed with ore. Yeah. All right. Everything is pretty much got people on it. All right. Already. Man, this was not a very big field. This really was not a very big field. How does tipping work? Here, I'll show you. Let me get this targeted up. It's really easy. And my recommendation, even if they don't ask for it, if you're mining at some place, to tip 10 to 20% of the value of what you've mined to the station owner, which is usually a corp, but okay, let's see here. Where is the station? There it is. All right, so you can right-click on the station, and you can go to Show Info, and then you go to the Bio tab. And right here, this one says this is an public. I think they meant public station that is supported by tips. We ask 10 to 20% of the value of what you mine to be sent to this character here to help cover the costs of fuel. So you can just right-click on them and select Give Money, and then you can give them something. If it were just this character here, I'd be giving them like you know, this stuff is not really the highest grade, and so if this was really good stuff, I'd be on the 20% range, and if it's just really mediocre stuff, then I'm more on the 10% and whatever in between. And so I'd probably be giving them like $1 million or something like that. And but I'm going to wait until I've mined more and just do it all in one shot. If they don't list anything here in the bio, you can click on the corp here and then the hamburger, and there's give money, and that'll give money to the corp, which is if they don't state who, that's my recommendation, because the CEO may not be a character they ever look at or whatnot. I'd give it to the corp. So, or it might not be the right person, you know. So that's my 2 cents. I try and do that. So, all right. Yeah, the etiquette for no bio in a station is to just give them something anyway, and put it in the note there saying thanks for the ore, tip for the ore, something like that, so that they know what it's for, why you sent it to them. All right, so Rick Fike, this is how you tip. Oh, I like it. 500 bits. So there's 500 gold to everybody here in Twitch chat in Rick Fike's honor, and then another $5 on the show fund. So thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So there we go. How's an Orca better than mining in a Procurer? Because an Orca is a lot more hands-off. Procurer is a lot more hands-on. You're going to see that whenever we do these fleets. Because with a Procurer, you know, you have however much cargo space, and you're constantly ejecting
You, sir,
so
rock.
that you don't fill up your space and your lasers shut down. And you have to constantly pick it up and everything too. And it's quite a little ordeal. With Orcas here, I mean, just look, I got 4 of them mining right here. I actually have 5 mining total right now. I have 1 on another computer up here. And so I'm able to, while we're doing these ship fits, my guys are still mining. Now, they're not as efficient in how much they mine per minute or per hour or whatnot as a lot of other ships, but they are very hands-off. I don't have to touch them unless they're being attacked or unless the asteroid runs out or whatever. And when you put them on ice, sometimes I'm 90 minutes without touching them. So, but if you're looking to actively mine, then yes, you would do that differently. So, and there would be reasons to do that, like there's really high value stuff and you want to suck it in as fast as you can. You know, if that's your thing.
The asteroid is depleted.
Snaggy, thank you for the 250 bits. There's 250 gold to everybody here in your honor. Another $2 on the show fund. So thank you very much. All right. Yes, thank you, Snaggy. I appreciate it. And then Gesture, 2 months as a sub. There is 20 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you. Okay. So they're on more there. And this guy also ran out here. Oh. Well, Bitlumens is about as low as you can go on things. There's some proxiers. We'll go for that. 32k away. These asteroids are all very small. This was a pretty small pull. I don't know, maybe it was just a minimal, like 5-day pull or something. Because these have all been pretty small. So, ATM, you're welcome for the newsletter. Yeah, any of you who are on our newsletter list should have gotten a newsletter today for Eve, and we have the Load Strike skins with the 6 and 12 month Omega codes, so you can check that out. It's a very limited time thing. When they're sold out, they're sold out. I have the same amount of Skiff and Orca skins with those. They are, in fact, I actually expect that the 12-month ones will sell out first. They seem to be more popular, the Orca skins, and these are the same ones that you can buy in game in the NES store, but and they cost you Plex. So, yeah. Anyway, okay. So the question: how do you handle rats in lower security? Well, you got to have a ship there to handle the rats. Again, Orca. But why would you mine in lower security? That is the question. Either high sec or null sec. I wouldn't ever go low sec. So, that's just my opinion. Maybe you have something in low sec that's really good and reason why you're doing it, and that's great. But it's not really recommended. And how to deal with the rats? Well, you have to have another ship there that can handle the rats. So, Arc Druid says, just getting into Eve after researching and finding some of your videos. I have an interest in mining. For a person with only one account, would I recommend the Orca path or doing barges? It depends. See, the Orca path, actually both. And I would go Orca first. Orca is slow, but it's passive. And so you can be doing something else at your computer. You can be watching TV or something like that while your Orca is mining. And then, if you want higher volume stuff, then you could move into one of these other barges or exhumers. The training to get into an Orca is a shorter length of time than it is to get into the other stuff, because you have to train all of the different crystal types, and that takes a lot of training. So, anyway. That's just my recommendation. You figure out whatever works best for you, but that is my thoughts. And thank you, Archdruid, for the follow as well. So, let your drones toss the ore into your hold while you're at work. Well, if you work from home, that's a great plan. But if you have to leave the house, I wouldn't recommend leaving your Orca unattended even in high sec for more than just a little bit. When I'm mining, I'm around. I might be making dinner and keeping a track of my laptop and watching it from across the room, but I don't go out and go grocery shopping while I'm doing this. So, Samuna, there's a couple of Orca fits, exclamation point, EWB, and I've put some fits on there. If you look for Marquee Dragon on there, I put some fits on there, and the fits are there is a entry one, which is where you can start, and then there is a fully maxed skills one, which is where you can aim to get to, and so you can kind of work through along your way. Another way of looking at it is to load up the best one, the highest skills one, and then put in lower end modules for what you can't quite use yet. So, Archdruid Shaw, thank you so much for the sub. Some support. I like it. Thank you. There is 1,000 gold to you. Spend that however you want. Dungeon raids, dancers, or the Space Prince. And everybody give it up for Archdruid Shaw. Because of them, another 10 gold to everybody here in their honor. You know, I just thought of something. And guys, you guys who are subs who can fire off the emoticons like USMT Tanker did there, he's got the yippee-ki-yay and everything. What if we had one that just said new sub? So that we could celebrate when somebody's a brand new sub. It's a thought. What do you guys think? Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting some positive responses so far. Yeah, I can talk to Cat's Purr about that. She's done, she did a bunch of the stuff. So, not as much fun as showing off the emotes. Works for new subs and returning subs. Yeah, okay, well, I'll think about it. So, takes a little bit of work to get them done. Okay, he's still mining. Let's get into the we got the frigate there, Venture, and these are called mining barge. I have no fits saved at all. What? Are you serious? None? She is my main miner. Why does she have no fits? Let me look at another one of my characters here. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong screen here still. So here's another one of my characters. Let me see what she's got. Yeah, she has some fits here. So for the Procurer, Commander. So let's keep up the awesome content. Thank you. Thank you for the support. So what are we looking at here? Vanilla. So this is ice. That's the only reason I would name it vanilla. Get it? Power grid. Not doing so hot on this. This is about tank and about the amount that you can mine. Ice harvester accelerator, so that's going to be a big deal. Let me put this. Let me share across this one. Wow, these are pretty cheap. 52 million for this? That's actually really cheap. That's actually really cheap. Compared to the skiff, you're looking at 350 million.
To the dragons.
So, Valve Bounce, thank you for following. Welcome. So this one's not, I'm not having power grid problems with this one. It must be something that I didn't train on the other character. Oh, what's ES per hour like on an Orca? Well, it's raw. It's up to 19 million per hour. When I say raw, what I mean by that is ore that is unrefined, and that would be on Nice. So you can't Orca mine Merco. At least I don't think you can. If you can, Merco explodes, and I would think it would take out your drones, which would be kind of beside the point. So, yeah. Do codes expire? You'd like to wait till your mega expires to get the alpha pack, and then would like to get 12-month package. ATM, that's a very interesting question. The codes don't expire. You can hold on to them. I wouldn't hold on to them for many years, but you could certainly count on holding on to it for a year. If CCP were to deactivate a particular type of codes because they're not supporting it anymore, and you ran into that, you can still put in a help ticket and ask them to manually apply it to your account. Yeah, Danish Viking Wolf wants to know if we remembered our mining permits. No, this is the non-mining permit version. So as far as going into alpha and then doing the 12-month package, okay, so the alpha pack, you're going to get 100,000 skill point injection off of that. It is not very much. Oh, and by the way, this wasn't in the patch notes, guys. Did you see that referred accounts now, instead of getting 250,000 skill points, they get 750,000 skill points? Way more than enough to get yourself into any one of these alpha ships that we talk about. Yeah, it will get you almost all the way there on alpha stuff for getting into the action. I think that is one of the best moves that they've made. I know that games, when they make shit easier, I don't necessarily like that, but for an alpha pilot to have more skill points to apply, that is really, really great. And yeah. And so I've been making accounts on the side for all these wormhole sitters that I've got. And so now they're going to start getting 750,000 instead of that. And if you don't have anybody to refer, !Eve in chat. That'll refer it back over to me, which I get a little thing for that too if you upgrade to Omega and everything. It's just another way you can support the show. It's not required or nothing. But otherwise, refer yourself. If you're making a second account, go into your first account, go into the refer friend program, get the link in there, and refer yourself. Because you'll get a little something for that as well. So, anyway, just saying. Okay, taking your account and letting it go alpha and then injecting those, you can only inject one per day, so 50,000 skill points per day is the most you can do, and I don't think that is worth it. So I think that's just not, it's really not worth it. You can buy, here's what you do. Don't worry about going down to alpha. You can buy the alpha code like what we have on the store. It's $5. You can apply it to an Omega account. It will give you the plex. It will give you the items. You sell the 2 injectors for like 60 million each, and you have an extra 120 million gold. Or ISK, I mean, in-game. That's what I recommend. So, yeah. My official recommendation. I make ice. Thank you so much for subbing. Brand new sub. Everybody give I Make Ice a brand new welcome as a sub. Let's see those emoticons. That's what I was talking about. Come on, fire them off. Hurry up. Come on. Where are they? I don't see them yet. I know there's a little bit of a delay. It's not that big of a delay. There we go, Inclusive. Thank you. Inclusive got it to the punch. There. All right. Okay, so I Make Ice. I'm going to hook you up. And by the way, any of you guys who are seeing this stuff for the first time and everything, you are welcome to join us. Moon Miners channel in-game. We have a list of the systems that we work out of there. There's one of them listed as the main hub that we work out of. That's where we're at right now. You can come out and join us. Our fleets are public. So, yeah, everybody's invited. All right. So I Make Ice. There's 1,000 gold to you. Spend it however you want. Dungeon Raids, Dancers, or the Space Prince. And then everybody give it up for I Make Ice. Because of them, another 10 gold to everybody here in their honor. So thank you, thank you. Lioneer being all fancy with the dark dragons. I like it. By the way, don't we have... Yes, tomorrow is going to be a new emote. What is that new emote going to be? Maybe if we have an evil dragon, we need a good dragon. Yes, we'll have to see about that. Yes, we have a new emote appearing tomorrow on the show. And all of you who are subs are going to be able to use it. So, all right. By the way, I appreciate everybody's support. I do want to say that. So, certainly enjoy doing the shows. I have found myself at a point in the game. I was saying to my wife the other day that I feel like in the game I actually know shit now. Guys, I've been playing daily for 5 years. Actually, this character here, let me bring him up. This was about, I created this character here about when I really got it figured out. So, April 2013. So, holy shit, 6 years! 6 years! And I finally feel like I know shit. Do I think I know everything? 100% no! But do I feel confident in what I'm talking about with all of you guys? I do. And I say when I don't know something, I do say that, and it becomes an adventure. We go find out. Yeah, I finally feel like it. And Snaggy, thank you for the 251 bits. There is 251 gold to everybody here in your honor. And then I'll put another couple bucks on the show fund. So thank you, thank you. We're catching up on that. It's actually in the negative. You notice that's a negative number. We're catching up on it. So, oh, and finally, I think today I finally figured out the 4K TV as a monitor that's really cheap, and you're not going to like what I have to say about it. Because the monitor itself, the TV itself as a monitor, is excellent. But, I had to put a $50 HDMI cable on it to get the bandwidth high enough. But it's running a 4K, has not flashed at all today. I tried some $10 HDMI cables that said that they were certified. They were not good enough. I had to buy a frickin' Monster cable, Monster brand. And, which is kind of sucky because a lot of those cables are 80 and $100. But I'm giving it a couple more days on that. If it doesn't have that flashing problem anymore, then we are locked in, and I'm going to shoot that video. Oh my God, I keep saying I'm going to do it. I'm going to shoot that video for you guys and show you exactly how I've done this. The TV was $200, 43-inch 4K. It doesn't have a display port. It doesn't. I wish it did. It does not have a display port. It only has HDMI. So, yeah, that's what you get for really cheap. You got to spend twice as much to start thinking about getting display port. And this was all about doing it really, really cheap as a second monitor. Because, 4K is 1080p times 4, meaning 4 full Eve clients, like the normal size that you're used to running, all on a single TV at the same time. Multi-boxing at its finest. Yes. So, what does DisplayPort do for you? It's DisplayPort is the current standard in monitors and video cards. So it's just the plug-in and cable type. So, yeah. All right. So this guy, we're going to come back to this guy. I hope we have time today to do some scanning, looking for the wormhole. We need a wormhole. So, all right. You see here. Is this ice? Yes. All right, so that's 10.7 cubic meters a second. Let me look at these. I want to go the highest fit. We're not going to have any alpha procurer stuff, so there's not going to be... What the hell? There's not going to be any alpha versions of the procurers, so we're going to go the whole way top end, and then when you're trying to fit yours up, you're just going to lower stuff down. Okay, so what does that say? Inclusive, 5,000 bits. I'm thinking of going to change my name to Inclusive. Oh, because I keep calling you Inclusive. You should. Then it'll fit every time I say your name. Incisive. You know, just... If you change your name, you lose all your bits. Or you lose all your gold. I'm just saying. The darn thing forgets about you. Don't change your name. Just, you know, I don't know. Make fun of me every time I say your name wrong. All right. So, in order, ATM says, thanks for the suggestions on the alpha injectors. You're welcome. And then, oh, you must have bought an alpha pack. And then incisive, not inclusive, incisive, 5,000 bits, which equals 5,000 gold to everybody here in your honor. So everybody give it up for Incisive for great support on the show. And then that's $50 off of on the show fund. So, yes, most excellent. That takes us down to, I know this sounds so bad. This takes us down to, why didn't that update? Whoa, why is this not updating? Is there some time delay on it? Huh. The show fund didn't update. Let me refresh it. There it is. I must pull it like once every few minutes or something. All right. So, yes, Incisive, thank you very much. Puts us down to negative 471. We're going to get that paid off in no time. We have two projects coming up. By the way, the part of that went negative. What did that go negative for? Part of it was for that TV, but there was something else too. It was big because we were well over $1,000 negative. All right, so, but the other things coming up is Vegas, and then I've got to put another video card in the game machine here to do something about my Titan XP just sucks balls when it comes to Unity games. And I really hate to say that it does, but it does. And that really bothers me because it's a $2,000 video card. And, but I've been having a lot of problems with it. And if you saw Crowfall on Saturday when we did Crowfall, I was getting 20 FPS at 1080p at medium graphics with a frickin' Titan XP. Unity just does not like the Titan XP video card, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't have room to put a third card in there. I'm gonna have to replace one and figure out how I'm gonna do all that. So you can only fit 2 cards in there. Oh. All right, back to what we're doing here. The Procurer. So I'm looking through on this other one here. And I'm looking through on these fits to see a good starting point. That's 9.3. This is 10.2. Wait. 10.7. This one's 10.7. That's the same fit on both of these. I must not have as good of skills on this other character, even though she's the one with all the fits. Here's another ice one. 9.3. 4.6. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, these are These are ore. Wait, 4.6. Okay. So this one is probably the best start on this.
Rock.
Rivlock, thank you for subbing. Woohoo! All right, everybody give it up for Rivlock. Supporting the show. Let me hook you up. Adding 1,000 gold to you. Spend that however you want. Dungeon raids, dancers, or the space prince. And then another 10 gold to everybody here in Rivlock's honor. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna get as tomorrow I'm gonna get it started as early as I can on the show. Friday we're gonna be on the CCP channel as well. So I have a guest spot on there. I'm really hoping I can get everything done up tomorrow morning. Oh my god, you guys would not believe all the work I've been doing on the store on the back end. This upgrade we've done is just massive, and I am still cleaning up. So it's starting to frustrate me because it's really been cutting into showtime. I want to be doing 6 to 8 hour shows every day, and I've been doing 4 to 5 hour shows every day. Gotta get back to that. More shows, better for you. I enjoy it more too. Okay, so this is 10.7 cubic meters per second on ice, and
Welcome to the Dragons.
let's see what we got in here. Ice harvester upgrades, and then we've got this right here, the ice harvester
Welcome to the
accelerator.
Dragons.
Derek, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it. And Erin, or Energy, is that or Renji? Yeah, whatever your name is on Twitch. Thank you for the follow. So let's see if we can pimp this out for max yield. The problem is, in all honesty, let's look at the skill tree, because is there a difference between barges and exhumers in what's required? Mining frigate 3, mining barge 1. Okay. And is there mining exhumers? Mining barge, mining frigate, foreman, drone, upgrades, mining. There is no exhumers class, so it's really about mining barge. And so on a skiff, the skiff probably just requires more let me look. Looking on this other. I'm looking here. Another nice thing about having multiple clients. Requirements. So mining barge 5. So that's why you would be running a Procurer, because there is a lot of other.
The asteroid is depleted.
No! Oh, good. Yes, we're being successful getting more stuff. So let me just here. Let me find another rock for them to get on. I don't want to put them on that. That's just really low pay. It's super low pay. All right, we'll go over this proxiers. By the way, I think I decided that that we are going to be putting together a character that is alpha, that's going to be a corp leader, that is going to deploy a station, and we're going to put that station, that moon mining station, on the shittiest the shittiest moon in the entire system. Just because we can. So, who would want to attack it? I know it's going to get attacked. But we're going to go find the shittiest moon, and that's what we're going to put it on. And then no one will want to mine anything on it. Yeah. And I'm just going to plan that if it gets shot down, it gets shot down. It's all about putting this up so that you can see how to do this. And we've got a really good list of items that we're going to do. And so I'm going to be doing recordings of these. A Veldspar moon? No, we got to go shittier than that. It's going to be 100% Amber. So if there's a 100% Amber and Zeolites combo, that's what we're going to put it on. I wonder if it'd even pay for fuel. It probably would. It's like 10 million per week. No, Cosite is the top end of the ubiquitous moon goo. You want Zeolites. So, yeah. All right. So we're looking at. So she's mining again. Okay, I'm looking at this this skiff here and what's required for a skiff as opposed to what's required for Procurer. And I wish I could get these side by side easier, which I could do if I had preset it up, but can't. So let me just go through these things on the requirements. This says mining barge 5. Procurer is mining barge 1. So you can get into a Procurer a lot quicker. You need Astrology 3 on the skiff, and you need that too on the Procurer. Science 4, you also need that on the Procurer. Mining 4, you also need that on the Procurer. Industry 5, you also need Industry 5 on the Procurer. Mining Frigate 3, and on the Procurer, Mining Frigate 3, Spaceship Command 1 on both of them, and then Exhumers. Oh, there is an Exhumers skill. All right. It's called Exhumers. All right, so I have Exhumers 5 on this character. Wonder what I have. And you need Exhumers 1 on the skiff. And of course, it's not required on the Procurer. So all of these other skills down here are required for the skiff. You need Spaceship Command 4, you need Industry 5, you need Mining 4, you need Science 4, and you need Astrology 5 to even start doing Exhumers. And this is why you're going to be in a Procurer for a couple of months. So yeah, you'll end up being in a Procurer for a couple of months before being able to get into a skiff. And so that is the difference there. I'm wondering what her skill is on it and why she doesn't have as good a skill on this. And she has Exhumers. All right. She's got something that, let's see, Mastery, go to 5. And then there's a lot of stuff here that doesn't matter, but for resource harvesting, deep core mining, that is Merco. Gas cloud mining is for gas. Everything else. Huh, I wonder why she has less. Do I have an implant in this other character? Yeah. Let's see here. Yes, I do. It's right here. It's the Yeti Ice Harvesting Implant. That's why there's more in there. All right. So, yeah. This is my reprocessing character, and these are reprocessing implants. All right, so note to self, move into jump clone before flying that venture that's going to get popped. These standard ones aren't very expensive, and the CPU management one isn't very expensive, but bean counter here is very expensive. There's probably not even any for sale here. So that's 200 million. And then this ice harvesting one, I think is 40 million. I don't know. It's actually, I don't think it's too expensive. Oh, 166 million. Well, maybe it'd be cheaper in Jita. And so if you're mining ice, you would want that ice implant. And so I'm probably going to make like an ice clone, a refining clone. Yeah. So these do not help my Orca stuff at all. And these standard ones, they're not very expensive on the standards. So they're just a little bit for training. A little bit of boost there. Okay, so that's why the difference on the mining yield.
Rock.
Master Clough, thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. And let's hook you up too. So, okay. Adding 1,000 gold to you. Spend that however you want. Dungeon Raids, Dancers of the Space Prince, and everybody give it up for Master Clough. Because of them, another 10 gold to everybody here in their honor. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. Is everybody else still mining? They are. Okay, so this is interesting about you know, finding some of the stuff for these ships and you know what it really takes, and the requirements on these. You know, the mastery on it, you don't have to worry so much about the mastery. I mean, the shield tanking, first you're going to worry about resource harvesting. And so this is 286 days. So deep core mining and gas cloud, that's Merco and that's gas. If you're not going to do those, don't worry about those yet. And so everything else is at the top. Going to Science 5 doesn't help anything. That is one question, that there is sometimes that the mastery is considered to be a guide as opposed to the end all answer. And so if I went and got mastery 5 on this, means that I've learned all of this stuff. It should mean that I can get maximum harvest, but that's not 100% true. So there are things that sometimes have little effects on things that to get you better at things. Like, let's say if this was a combat ship, then Mastery 5 might only require Spaceship Command 4, because that's just as far up as they take it. But Spaceship Command, I believe, also is a bonus on your alignment. And the faster you can align, the more effective you are at fighting. So, so you take that mastery stuff as a guide, and not as the end-all answer that is everything, you know. So, yeah. All right. I also will mention again, we are giving away a Procurer skin today. We're talking about the Procurers right now. Giving away a Procurer skin today. ! Giveaway in chat, and you can get in on that. You got to have an account in our store. If you have an account in our store, one of the things that it's already checked whenever you sign up an account that says that you'll take the newsletter. You can uncheck it if you don't ever want the newsletter. Those of you who got the newsletter today, which I don't send them very often, but when I do, I hope that you find them of good value. And but basically, we sent one out today, and that's how you can get on the list. So, anyway, you got to be logged in. Go to the giveaway section. There's a couple of giveaways there. There's a monthly that has 3 skins in it, And then there's today, the Procurer, and so you can get in on that. I'll give you a little hint. Tomorrow, we're going to give away a skiff, one of these. And Friday, Orca. Friday, you're going to want to be here for the giveaway. It's going to be an Orca skin. So, and these have some high value. These have some high value. They sell them for Plex in the NES store. So, yeah. I keep hearing things disappear. It's not my rocks. So, why does all this stuff come up when I search Orca? Really? There it is. So it's worth 250 Plex. And the Procurer one today, worth 110. So, they're not hugely expensive, but they're nice. So, yeah. Anyway. And if you can't wait and you want one as a bonus, our 6-month Omega Time has the skiffs included with it. Our 12-month Omega Time has the Orca skins included with it. And just for a limited time, when they're sold out, they're gone. I don't know if they'll last a couple of days or a couple of weeks. It really depends. If sales are normal, they would last a couple of months. But being that we added those to them, I expect them to be gone, sooner. You're more of a Nox Rush kind of guy? You should have multiple Orcas, and then you can have multiple different skin types. Yeah. So, yes. And a big thank you to CCP. CCP had to go way out of their way to help me make this possible.
The asteroid is depleted.
So, and they did. They did. And it's really because they've been watching the show. And they know what we've been doing here and what we're trying to do and everything, and they want to be supportive of that. So that is, yeah, there's some CCP love. Most definitely. I got 16 million off that one rock. I think that one survived the whole time on that single one. So, yeah. Yeah, so a big thank you, and if anybody at CCP is watching, thank you. Yes. All right. So these are all starting to get full. I'm going to slough them off. It's not hugely valuable what I've been able to mine here, but it's better than nothing. All right. Okay. You don't want to get banned. He was done about 12 months yesterday. Before the newsletter. C-Moon, you didn't get it from us, though, right? That's another thing. If you buy through us, anytime we can, I can't do this 100% of the time, but anytime we can, we will take people from the previous day who purchased, who would have gotten whatever the special was. We either credit their account if it went on sale, or in this case, I sent out some skins to customers who purchased within 24 hours before we started the promotion. And so if you were one of those people, you got an email from me with a skin code attached. And so, anyway, yeah, that's what we did. Is there a way to reduce the signature radius of any ship, any modules? Training, jury rigging. Your jury rigging skills might have the biggest impact on that. It's not a module that you put in, but it's the side effects. So the higher your jury rigging, the lower the side effects, and a very common side effect in those is signature radius. So anyway, yeah. And our stuff is just a code that you buy, and you just go apply it to your account. So you can buy it and apply it to whatever account you want. You don't have to know which account you're putting it on whenever you get it from us. So, and any sales, any purchases from us support the show. And if you're in Europe and you're using euros to purchase, check out the exchange rate. Just saying. And you'll notice that it's a very good deal. Okay, so back to the Procurer. Now that we've kind of researched this stuff a little bit, I don't have anything in here that would increase the harvest of ice mining. And this is an ice setup here. So let's look at these ice rigs. Oh, there's only Tech 1. There's no Tech 2 of this. So all right. Lioneer says, Lioneer, by the way, everybody in Twitch chat, he is one of the two people behind EWB and this great site. And somebody put in a skiff, and another put one with mining boosts. Awesome. The Orca. It's great. Anyway, we were talking earlier about whether or not we could tag stuff automatically as an alpha fit in here and be able to sort by that, and he seems to think it's possible. Not urgent, buddy, but glad you're excited about it. So I think that would be good. If something automatically just gets listed as an alpha fit if it qualifies as alpha, and then alphas can, check mark, show me alpha only. And, oh my God, that'll eliminate all the clutter of everything they can't use. So perfect. Yeah. Zach, can I get level 5 boosters on a multiplex account running 6 doggone rum mangers? I have no idea what you're talking about, Zach. So the answer is yes. Because that's my default answer. All right. So, by the way, I found out too in here that that the resources here and everything. See, I am logged in as Marky Dragon, and with my Marky Dragon character, and so it's looking at my skills comparable to the ship here. It doesn't say that I can't fly it, because in all actuality I can't. But it does use into my account my skills for how this stuff represents here, which is very interesting. And I guess that would be another step is a big sign that says, get out of here. You don't qualify to fly this. You got 40 more days of training. I don't know, something like that. Am I going to run for the next CSM? Hell no. Come on. Look at the shit that happens in the CSM. I'm grateful to the CSM. It's very nice to see that the CSM turned in one of their own on this. I don't know all the insider information on it or whatnot, but it gives me a bit more faith in the CSM, knowing that they didn't think something was okay and wanted to take care of it. So, also, being a business partner, I cannot run for CSM. I would have to give up my business partnership with CCP to run for the CSM, because they wouldn't want somebody on the CSM that had influence on the business portion of it. They've already got staff in there for that. So, that's not going to happen. Also, I don't have the time for it. I really don't.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Billy, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Oh, nice. Linear says next update of EWB will show you if you can fly it or not, and also display the missing skills so you can optimize your training. Okay, so then let's just take this another step further there, Linear. Well, we have an alpha tag saying show me only alpha fits. How about another one that show me fits that I can fit into only? And I know that's so much data time on the back end. So maybe that's not possible. But you could also then take it a little bit further and say, show me fits that I can train into in the next 30 days. JJ, you cannot run for CSM either. Correct. I'd have to fire you if you got elected. So, I mean, actually, you'd have to quit. You'd have to choose. Does it fit? Yes. So anyway, good stuff. All right. Okay. Back to reality here. This video game. So we can't do anything else with the ice harvest accelerator.
The asteroid is depleted.
Not again. Man, somebody must have been mining on that one and mined part of it. I'm missing 2 of my miners out here because they're logged in on the freighter and another ship scanner. Okay, let's look at EWB. I want to see if there's any interesting Procurer fits. Ore tractor, low skills required. That's an overclocking unit. Okay, and that's not for ice. Low skills required. That's just strip miners. All right. So there's no ice fits on here. So let's go to here. And let's look at the kills on these and start looking at what people are running here. Let's see, losses. Okay, so now let's start looking at some of the more expensive ones. I opened up a bunch. Just want to see what makes them more expensive. If there's some special modules that we're not aware of. Maybe these have ore in them or something. Yeah, so you think that Billy says, I think he means rummagers. It's running in Null earlier and managed to loot 6 doggone rummagers. I have no idea what those are. Rummagers. Rumanjers. What is that? Is that something really in the game? Rummagers? I mean, could be, I suppose. See, we're still mining here. We are. Okay, let's look at these. They have no rigs. This guy has rigs. It's all about strip miner. You're going to want ice because we're looking at ice. Oh, these fits. Okay, Ice Harvester 2. They do not have the... They have all defense in here, and they have this. God, this is a battle procurer. Why else would you have a scram on it and more tank and everything? Rummangers. They're spelling it Rumangers. A couple people in YouTube chat. One person asking about running them with boosters in a multiplex. Another person saying that he thinks talking about those because he ran some earlier today. I've never heard of these. Wait, this one's not valid. We're looking for, see here, Ice Harvester Accelerator. This one has a scram on it too, or Warp Disruptor. These guys, they must be bait. Or it must be that this is their fit out there. They're in Providence. They must be bait. Because they're designed to hold people there and have some tank. These are Ice Harvester 1s. Here's more Ice Harvesters. See, this one has a web. What the hell? More Providence. Oh, this is such a bad fit. This has an Ice Harvester rig and ore miners and a Warp Disruptor and a Warp Core Stabilizer. This one's all over the place. He can't make up his mind. If you're going to have Warp Core Stabilizers, there's no reason to have a Warp Core Disruptor. You're not fighting somebody. You are running away. That's the only reason you would have that. Hello, Charlie. Another one. These are all so weird. Well, now this looks a little interesting. So those are Strip Miner 1s. They've got medium ancillary shield booster on this to get them through. They've spent a little bit of money on these rigs, but it's not quite right. I think that we got to go to page 3 because these people are on drugs recently. There's one that's 86 million. I think my fit may already be really good. So this one is a battle procurer. Drone damage amplifiers, shielding, warp disruptor, and energy neutralizers. Yeah. Maybe there's reasons there are losses because they're poor fits. This is why I was so glad to see EWB come up. And because by going through the kill boards here, the best we're going to find is the best of the worst, right? We're just going to find the best of the losers. It doesn't mean you can't find good stuff in here. It just means that there's a lot more shit to go through. That one's just strip miner. Strip miner. This one, oh, this guy was doing Merco. Oh, and he got taken out by a rat. How funny. He must have been AFK mining or something. Wait. Modulated strip miner, isn't that for Merco? I guess maybe not. He was mining hemiferite and got taken out by a Sancha battleship. Yeah. What the heck is this? Medium drone mining augmentators. Deep core miners. This one was the 84 million. So would he be deep core? That is the yeah, that's Merco. So he must have had mining drones out there too. Can you effectively do Merco with drones? And by the way, we'll try it a little bit, but I don't recommend using drones on these. It really adds to the complexity of managing them. If you have just one, then fine. But if you are managing several of these, when you add drones to it, trying to target the drones and target the lasers and keep them offloaded and everything, oh my God, it really gets kind of crazy. So, all right, so this one's a little bit weird. This one's a little bit weird, and maybe the drones. He's got two different types. He's got Nice in here and got Merco. So maybe he was doing Merco with the deep core and doing Nice with the drones. I don't know. It's definitely feels weird. Well, I have not found what I'm looking for in here. What's this? This is an Entosis? All right. Okay, so this is pretty close to what I'm running. Except they put in a damage control in here. So what is my EHP with this? It's still 65,000 without having a damage control in here. 65,000 is enough to get out of Dodge. We're in high sec. Yeah, they're in null, but this is high sec. We don't need that. So you do need to be able to handle when you need to be able to handle the rats. Not such a big deal. Especially if you put some hobgoblins in there. Look at that. They got 5 hobgoblins and got 5 salvage drones. So you can also salvage with it if you have salvaging skills. And so I think that this one really is probably the best. It doesn't have propulsion on it. You don't need propulsion. So you can slow boat everywhere. You go with more EHP so that people who are screwing with you just have a harder time killing you. They will scram you in high sec. It is So part of what they do when they're trying to gank you, a couple of them will try and grab you to keep you from warping off, but they get killed pretty quickly as well, and so you still have a chance to get away. I wouldn't worry about that too much. So I feel actually really good about this fit right here, and this is 52 million. You should be able to make 52 million in a few hours. So, so for in high sec, yeah, this is what I recommend. So I'm going to save this one. I don't see anything else that I can do to this to really. Oh, this is Republic Fleet Medium. That's why they cost so much. The fit's really tight. Yeah. This is a tight fit. Oh, is this going to require the implant to fit this? Okay, I've got an implant in her. And I've got a 2% CPU. And so 2% is going to be 8. She doesn't need the implant on this. The implant's for a different fit. So 2% of 395. Let me just make sure. It's about 8. Yeah, 7.9. So doesn't need that implant in here. So the EHP on your Procurer is 84K. Yeah, this is 65. If I were to replace one of these with the damage control, then that could make a difference. But I don't feel like I need to do that. So not for high sec. And it's 52 million. You're going to pay for this ship many times over. So 20 million of that is these medium shield extenders. And the reason that they're Republic fleet is because of the fitting requirement. So you might be able to do these with just regular mediums. I mean, let's see. And this is 65, 786. Yeah, see, that immediately puts me over. So that is why it's got these for the fit. So this is pretty high end Procurer. I feel like 50 million is not bad. So you could do metaphor. I mean, people, if you don't have as good of skills and I put these fits up, you're gonna have to dumb down something on it anyway. You're gonna have to figure out how to make it work. So this is the highest end on Procurer, and we're gonna do the same thing with Skiff, and then you just have to work backwards if you can't fit everything. And so like you know, you need, you know, better, I don't know, whatever. You might have to redo things, but that's okay, because it's not about being a perfect fit for you. This is about being the highest end fit possible, and then you can change it around for whatever you need. So yeah, and I want to avoid implants when necessary, or when possible, because implants add another level of complexity for people. And I guess Lioneer, there's another thing for you if you're listening. If it would put you over the skills, but you only need 2% more CPU or whatnot, and you're able to figure that in, then it could pop up and say you're also going to need a CPU implant to fit. I don't know. I'm just talking nice to have, not need to have. So most people can figure out implants, but I don't want to put in stuff that requires implants. And really, Lioneer, if you're listening, if there's implants required, we should probably put those into the fits. So Ghost, you say you'd rather spend 20 million on extenders or 5 million on an implant. Well, see, here's the thing, is that you go out mining and you have that implant in and you're doing fine. And then the next day you're out fighting in your battleship or whatnot and you get blown up or whatnot. And then you go back to mining and you're in the remote area and all of a sudden you need this darn implant to put in again. And so that's a problem. It's a logistical problem. If you want to save the money and do it that way, that's fine. But I see it as a logistics problem. And like, I'm already going to have to, for these ice things, I'm going to have to bring out implants for everybody as it is. You know, they're 100 million each, whatnot. I'm going to put it in so we can see how much we can get. But then I'm probably going to figure out, you know, putting them into jump clones when I'm not using the ice mining fleet. So it just gets kind of messy. Keep it as clean and simple as possible. Because when you just want to get in and mine, you don't want to have to run to Jita 18 jumps one way and 18 jumps back to get a freaking implant. So, okay. This is my Procurer suggestion. We're going to save this. I always spell yield wrong for some reason. All right. Salvage drones don't cost nothing. These hobgoblins, they're just some basics. It produces 112 DPS though, which is kind of interesting. Infomorph psychology could help. Infomorph psychology, though, is for jump clones. All right. Saving that. And then... so that's our Procure, Ice, Max Yield. Copy that to clipboard. Let's put in another fit. All right, I like putting notes on there so people can see what thought process is behind them. So on my Marquee Dragon character, I'd be over, which is what this is showing here. It's kind of a nice touch, except that, and I already talked to Linear about this, that with me using so many different characters, like Marquee Dragon doesn't do everything, and so I might want to select like this particular mining character that I have for the mining fits.
The asteroid is depleted.
So that'll be something probably in the future. Okay, is there anything left out here? There's bit lumens left. Guess I'm going for that Scordite, 72k away. Right. So, I think that's pretty good. And so those are the fits we've got up for today. We're going to go looking at trying to get that freighter out now. So, okay. Good stuff. Glad other people are submitting stuff as well. So it's good to see that. It gives me more opportunity to look stuff up when people are submitting things. That's for sure. Okay, we're gonna bring this character up and let's see where we're at here. So I need to try and find a wormhole, high sec to high sec. So what this is right here, this is Solitude. It's these set of high sec systems, and it looks like all of them are above 5 except for one.
Is depleted.
And so there's not very good moon mining out there, I would think, but I guess there's nobody down on that one. All right. So we're gonna try and find a wormhole. Yeah, so it's kind of skiff rescue part 2. I've got the skiffs here, and so yeah, I've got them here. I've got ore.
Welcome to the Dragons.
2 ore, 1 ice, and 2 more ice. So gonna try and get them out of here. That's the thought. Where do you redeem the code you bought? Well, in your receipt it has a link. If it was a first time buying from us, there may have been a receipt saying that your
Asteroid is depleted.
that it was under review, and it would be in there. But it's in one of the 2 emails we sent you. And but basically, it's eveonline.com/activate, and then make sure you logged in on the account that you want. Let me give you a pro tip here. If you have multiple accounts, even if you select log out, go click log in again and make sure that it doesn't put you in the wrong account, because CCP is very nice and will just auto log you back in unless you select log out twice. I have multiple times applied codes to the wrong accounts because of that, and they fixed it for me if I submit a ticket, but you know, who wants to go through that, you know? So anyway, so that's my tip. Oh, it looks like this one, somebody else. It's not one of mine. So that freighter, I jumped him in a high sec to high sec hole because Solitude is surrounded by null sec. And so I jumped them in through a hole, and it closed up behind me, which I kind of thought it might. So a freighter is awful big to bring through. Codename Jumper, thank you for following. Welcome. Titan Bridget? Well, that'd still require me to go into at least low sec. Doesn't sound very interesting to me. Alright, there is, I mean, I could have just brought a jump freighter in, but I'd have had multiple trips. I'd have had to actually make 3 or 4 trips to get everything out of here. And that's a lot of work, and that's a lot of going through null sec, or low sec, and everything. Which is okay, I can do it, but I just thought that this might be a little bit easier. Okay, so there's one wormhole.
Warp
Go
drive
with that.
active.
We're scanning down this other one. Cloak up here. This is my cheetah, which is Tech 2 scanning ship. Okay, that leads to J space.
Warp drive active.
Brad, you live out here, so you know a lot about this area. Yeah, I'm just, I'm not looking to buy and sell things here, so just looking to get this stuff out and I'll be done.
Warp drive active.
Nothing in here.
Warp drive active.
This thing certainly has a lot of movement on it. Hey, multiple things in here. We're gonna have to get lucky. I did find a hole in, but then of course it closed behind me, so. Got a lucky start on that. Yeah, and I'm not about to fly a freighter through Null. I mean, it was already bad enough flying the scanning ship in. Because I, did reverse. I started scanning from the destination instead of trying to find out somewhere else in high-sec a hole that goes to Solitude. I knew it'd be much easier to find it within Solitude. Yeah, they're pretty rare. I think they're about 1 in 50, I would say. So I've come across them before and everything while looking for shattered wormholes from high-sec. I've been coming across about 1 a day when I'm out scanning. And so I think that they're probably about 1 in 50 wormholes. And then you got to make sure it's actually going to, regular high-sec instead of, another high-sec pocket.
Warp drive.
Because that is possible. So you can't just assume and go. At least there's quite a few systems in here to scan. It's what, 10, 15 systems in here. There's some other high-sec pockets that are just 1, 2, 3, systems, and that's not very good. This is another J-space one. All right. Nothing else here for me. Go on to the next system.
Warp drive active.
So there was one, and when I found it, by the time I got there, there was already other people that had found it and were starting to use it. And they're bringing through industrials and stuff, and this guy behind me, when I pulled up to it in a freighter, this guy behind me pulled up to it in a Gila, and I went through, and it went right behind me, and he didn't make it through. He'd be like, freaking freighter! Predon. Welcome on the giveaway today. Yes, if you don't know what the giveaway today is, ! Giveaway. We're giving away a Procurer Load Strike skin. So, yes. There's nothing in here.
Warp drive active.
And then in our store, 6-month and 12-month Omega codes have skins attached to them. And so you can if you're planning on buying some Omega time anyway, you may as well get a free skin with it. Why it always starts so zoomed so far out on this computer. It's like it's always just so far out on the zoom on this thing, and I don't know why. Combat site. This is where super high power scanning for the win. Get this shit figured out as quick as possible and move on. Are there any Eve University Corp, and it's an organized effort to find and broadcast high-sec to high-sec holes. Ooh. Interesting. Gosh, nothing in here. It's a dead end. So hopefully we can get this found. I'll scan again tonight later if we don't find anything here on the show, and then scan again in the morning if I have to. In here.
Warp drive active.
Looks like ice is up in a gall. So I had to go. I was not all the way at the end of searching. I ended up missing out 3 or 4 systems last night when I was searching. It's just like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to bed. So that's why I've already been through here. Oh wait, there's a cosmic signature in here. All right, we'll scan that down before we go through. New signature has appeared. In all likelihood, it's not another wormhole, but you know. Look. It's being kind of a pain. This one's like requiring skill. It's probably not a wormhole. Oh my goodness. Down to 1 AU on it. And I only have it at like 10%. It's probably a combat site. It's a data site. All right. Should have scanned wider. Yeah, the ship hangars look much different after today's patch, don't they? they actually are quite a bit improved. Get out of my way. These pop-ups. Two wormholes. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the low sec around here. I'm just going to wait till I have a high sec to high sec. As it is, there's just, I have a lot of value on what I'm carrying. I'm gonna, as it is, I'm going to be dropping off half of it whenever I get through whatever the nearest station is, because it's too much value to take through the whole way. I'll have to make 2 trips. It'd just be inviting trouble.
Warp drive active.
I did find 3 of them last night that went to low sec, but none of them were to where I could pop out in low sec and immediately jump to high sec. They were all multiple jumps to get to high sec, so I was like, nah, forget that.
Warp drive active.
So don't forget to tip your station owner wherever you're mining. I'll be adding up how much I've mined, and one of my guys out here who has money will give a tip for all of them. Recommended like 10 to 20%. Check the station bio wherever you're at. See if they have any recommendation.
Warp drive active.
Blondin, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Gosh, systems, a lot of them just have nothing. Well, at least there's 3 in here. Let's see what we can find. Plans for another moon after? I do not have another one lined up. That was the only one I found in a gall. If this moon is depleted and you can do ice, there is ice in here right now. So So there is ice. It showed up, I don't know how long ago, but there is ice in here right now. As far as for other moons, you guys are going to have to find one. I'm just staying on the low pay stuff right now. Where can you find a list of commands? I think it's exclamation point commands, right? Or you could try exclamation point help. Although somebody might think you're on fire with that one, so you know.
Warp drive active.
A haunted yard. I think I've heard of that combat site before. Is this one the right color? No. Okay, well, we found another wormhole here. All right. Am I feeling lucky?
Warp drive active.
Doesn't look lucky. Oh, it goes to Thera. Oh. Alright. Well, I still am not bringing a freighter into Thera. Even though I know that Thera would lead... It has high-sec holes in it. But I'm not taking a freighter into Thera. Oh, and it's only medium-sized ships, too. So I'm not going into Thera. So that's kind of a... Thera is a unique wormhole. It is one of a kind. And, but it typically has, 10 or 15 holes to it. Yeah, it'd be a death sentence in any big ships. Yeah, Thera is pretty hostile. Thera is the only wormhole that has stations in it that are NPC stations that anyone can dock at. They are hostile too,
You,
though.
sir, rock.
Like, people shoot at you. So, look at that. Farouk just did the sub gifts. How many is that? 5.
You, sir,
All right.
rock.
So, congrats to Odakoda, Lillapower, Twitch user
You, sir,
412,
rock.
Diamond Dog, and Arobaru. All thanks to Farouk, doing 5
You,
gift
sir,
subs.
rock.
So, thank you, Farouk. And for gift subs, we do it a little bit differently. When a person subs, I usually give them 1,000 gold, kick them off.
You, sir, rock.
For gift subs, everybody gets 1,000 gold per gift sub. So that's 5,000 gold to everybody here in Farouk's honor. Everybody tell him thank you. You're all Fritch now. Next dungeon run should be good. Like, y'all have a lot of money to put in. So, all right. Thank you, Farouk. Okay. So, we're not going to Thera. That was an interesting find, but nope. All right, moving on.
Warp drive active.
To accidentally run into a wormhole for Thera is pretty rare.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Death's Killer, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Do have to ask a question though, Death's Killer. Is that an oxymoronic name? Death's Killer. Should just name yourself Double Dead. Maybe he killed Death. As in Death as a person instead of a thing. Alright.
Warp drive active.
Could be something like that. It's too dark. That wormhole is. Yep. Needs J space.
Warp drive active.
This is a hard task. I did sell a bunch of ships in here. I had 2 Orcas and I had a bunch more skiffs in here. Sold all of those, so these are just leftovers. You got a more temple vibe from the Amara station when you logged on? That's cool. That's a gas site. So, you know, there's like Galante stations here. Let's go look in one of them. I don't know if the Galante will look a little different. We'll just dock up on our way.
Active.
Look and see if it looks any different. New signature just appeared.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Well, doesn't look that exciting. Okay, so I want to do, if Final call on the giveaway, which is Procurer. Exclamation point giveaway. It's Procurer skin. Load strike skin. Exclamation point giveaway in chat. You have to be logged into the store. You go to the giveaway section, add this to your cart, put in here game name, Twitch name, whatever name you want me to read off when you win. Add it to your cart for free and check out. So, I'll be drawing on that very shortly. Combat site.
Warp drive active.
If you screwed up and wrote a sentence as a lapse of judgment, that's fine. I'm just anybody who didn't put in a game in a name, they just put in a message in there. You can put a message in there too, but anybody who didn't put in a name, I'll read your real first name and then just your last initial, so that you know who you are, but you still keep your anonymity.
The asteroid is depleted.
Vaughn, you say the news store is much easier to navigate. Well, that's good. Thank you for that feedback.
The
It's been a
asteroid
lot of work
is
on
depleted.
it. Oh, another one. Uh-oh. There's already somebody on that one. Okay. Well. Somebody on that one. Somebody on that one. Suppose I could go after those bit lumens. Oh, goodness. Targeting on 2 clients. Okay. Nothing in here.
Warp drive active.
In here. See if we get lucky. It's just it really is just kind of a matter of luck. Eventually I'll find one in here. It's just how soon or how long. I just haven't been willing to take the freighter through chase base. I'd rather wait another day if I had to.
drive active.
J space. Yep. That's a gas site.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, well, there's people in Eve Scout who probably know and everything. There are some services that you can pay for locating wormholes. Price I saw was 350 million per hole.
Welcome to the Dragons.
You know, it's a lot. Dr. DK Reaper, thank you for the sub on YouTube. If I get to the end here, do the draw, that'll be a show. If we find a hole, then we'll draw in a few minutes, and then I'll get my freighter and start heading there. Good, that's a wormhole. The 5K bits we're giving to everybody. There is the possibility that Twitch messed up on who all was in chat. Blame Twitch. I don't know. Yeah, there's no real accounting on it, so it's really hard to say. It's very informal.
Warp drive active.
Most like the J space. No.
Warp drive active.
3 systems left. The odds are we're not going to find it. Just one signature in here, right? Check those screenshots. All right. Yeah, those are interesting. Omega only, alpha suitable, and missing skills. Yeah, that'll be some good additions. Hey, it's a wormhole.
Warp drive active. The asteroid is depleted.
High-sec is pink. Nope. Still J-space. Next system.
Warp drive
2 left.
active.
Then we're doing the draw for the Procurer scan. Start adding up how much I got from mining here, so I can give the station owner a tip. One signature. And then one more system. Likelihood is we're not going to find it. It's a gas site. There's a lot of gas sites out here in Solitude, but high-sec gas sites, ugh, none of them I've found to really be worth it.
Active.
They're all very, very cheap. Very, very little worth. Wait. Charlie, you've seen the Plex drone army and Kuda. By the way, scored 5 Jumbleers last Thursday off a T2 frigate. I have no idea what you're talking about. What the hell is a Jumbleer? And what is a Plex drone army? I feel like you guys are just over there in YouTube chat are intentionally feeding me shit words that mean nothing. Because there was other words that just didn't mean anything earlier too. The rumgineers. What the hell are rumgineers? There's nothing in here. All right. So we are we're docking up,
active.
and we're gonna do the draw, and then that'll be the end of the show. All right. So everybody's already had final warning. We'll draw now on the Procurer skin from the store. It'll come to you as a code.
Requested. Docking request
And
accepted.
let's see here. So it'll come to you as a code and with instructions on how to redeem it. I would say that a lot of people got in on this. I guess that's to be expected, something new. Okay. So if you put in a game name or Twitch name, YouTube name, something like that, and then I'll read that off along with whatever message. If you didn't, then I will read off your first name and just last initial so that you know who you are, but you still remain anonymous. And, all right. So congratulations goes to Oleski K. Oleski K, who says, your streams mean a lot to me. Thank you. Well, thank you. So Oleski K, check your email. You'll find that contained within. And so, oh, look at this station. Wow. This cathedral seems interesting. This is a Galante station, by the way. No, it says Amar. God, it said Galante whenever I was talking up, I thought. This is an Amarian station. All right. I swore it said Galante station. Okay, so I just got to pay out. And, oh, it's Amar. All right.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Well, that's cool, seeing the Amar station. So, yeah, it's the temple vibe, for sure. It's definitely interesting. So, all right, this guy's out of here. This guy, he's just not gonna make it out of here today. Boop. All right, let's see here. We got 16, 21, about 25 million on that character. And this guy's got 19, 24, 28. This guy's got 19, 5, so 24, another 5, 29. This guy, 19, 5, 4. Okay, and then I got one more up here that's, oh, he's got 20. And 5 and 4. All right. Gosh, that's all? This wasn't a very good moon. 139 million for all that work. All right, so I'm gonna send them 14 million. Let's see if I've got it on one of these people here. I got it on this one. Okay, so that's pretty much gonna be it for the show today. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing more mining stuff. And hopefully we can get these skiffs out here. I'd love to put up a skiff fleet and show that. But, you know. All right. Yeah, that moon just isn't very valuable. So. Okay, everybody. So I will see you all tomorrow. We'll be starting the show as early as possible. We'll just have to see how things go. And then yeah, we got more stuff we'll be doing tomorrow. Hopefully we should be able to find more stuff to mine. And if we can get the skiffs out here, then maybe we can get a I can put a skiff fleet together with the freighter and everything. I think I have everything out here to do that. I don't know. We'll just have to find out. So didn't find any luck today on getting a high-sec to high-sec wormhole. So we'll have to try again tonight or tomorrow. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks for being here. Fly safe. See you all tomorrow.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.